Right now, the Gulf is churning as Hurricane Laura gains strength. Here with a closer look at the hurricane/tropical storm, it's Jack Gerfen, our favorite meteorologist. Well, one of them. We can't have favorites around here, I guess.
The team here.
We do. He's got the latest on these hurricanes and how they could potentially impact us. Jack, I was just in Florida last week.
Yeah.
That was the big story. Everybody's talking about, is it going to hit us? And apparently, it's headed west.
Yeah, so it was able to kind of get stuck over Cuba, and then it took its track through the Gulf Coast, and so that's why Florida really was. It's at a certain point, then they really weren't in the mix at all anymore. As we take a look, though, from our weather cameras here, this is actually Sabine Pass in Texas. It's right off the coast, so it's actually near the point of the expected landfall of Laura. And we just had the latest advisories come through here, and so we'll show you those here in just a moment. That's actually where that is right there. And as I zoom out, you can see that it is right on the coast, right there on the border between Texas and Louisiana. And since Laura is now close enough, it's now showing up on the radars from the mainland. And so that's why we've got that nice eye that is visible right now. And so we'll be looking at that to be moving through over the next few hours, and eventually by overnight tonight, making landfall kind of right there, very close to the Louisiana as well as Texas border. We also have a number of tornado warnings that have occurred, and that's usually the case that happens when you have these tropical systems. There's a lot of spin in the atmosphere, and those outer bands can produce tornadoes like we have. Here's what it looks like on the infrared satellite. And you've got, you can see those really dark reds as well as almost kind of those blacks. That is actually the tops of the thunderstorms. And when they're up high like that, they're very cold, signifying that they are very, very tall. It is a very robust system. And so unfortunately, it's been strengthening all day today. And in fact, we have the latest numbers that just came out. It's 145-mile-per-hour winds.
So what category is that?
That's a 4. That's a 4. Yep. So it's been a Category 4 now for much of the day today. And unfortunately, it has been able to increase in strength for today.
Now, as I remember, there is sort of another one that's kind of heading the same direction, but shortly behind it. What do we know about the second one?
So this is actually the second one.
Oh, this is the second one?
Yeah, so...
Show us what I know.
No, it's okay, because it goes alphabetical order, and so this is L. There was an M storm, Marco, but that's based on when they form. So Marco formed after Laura, but it happened to be actually before. And so Marco actually is now fizzled out. So Marco is no more. But that's the thing, because they're worried about the kind of the 1-2 punch from those two systems. And luckily, Marco was able to really die out pretty quickly before it came on land. And so it came as a tropical storm.
Are we going to see any effects? Obviously, not the storm as it currently is, but are we going to get any rain, any wind, anything here? Yeah,
we're expected to get some rain from that as early as actually tomorrow. So there's actually going to be some outer bands that come through for tomorrow, and then we'll see more of those rain showers and storms for us on our Friday as well. So here is what we have right now. We have the temperatures that are very, very hot. You've got them over the Gulf with our sea surface temperatures in the upper 80s, so it's been very hot. That water is a lot of fuel for the hurricane, and that's why it has been able to keep on increasing to where we're at right now with 145-mile-per-hour winds. So it's been strengthening, and it's got just a little bit left to go. 155 miles south of Lake Charles, Louisiana, which is just off the... It's about 30 miles inland from the coast. That's kind of like the biggest population center to where the eye is going to be getting very close to it. So late tonight, very early tomorrow morning is likely when it's going to be making landfall, and then we can expect the remnants of that to be coming through, like I said, for us for Thursday and then for Friday.
And then the guess is Category 4 is sort of what it will make landfall at?
Yeah.
As best we know?
As of right now, there's you know, it only has about 150, 140 some miles until it's on land. And so while we can sometimes get what's called an eye wall replacement cycle, which means that the storm actually kind of reforms its eye again, it would weaken and then would actually intensify once that process is done. But since we're so close to land, if that were to happen, it would actually weaken the storm out before it got to land. And we're not sure if that's going to happen just yet. But it is definitely going to be likely kind of topping out at where it is right now. Probably is not going to be able to get much stronger than what it currently is, which was good. But a Category 4 storm out of 5, that's not good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Jack, thanks. If you want to ask Jack a question about anything weather-related, you can go to his Facebook page or email him directly. Jack, his email address is jgerfen@wcia.com.